It's time for the MACW Meltdown podcast. And now, here's your host, Peter Vann.
Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
Yeah, thanks. What happened? What happened?
Walk it off.
Perhaps they need a good talking to.
Let's get it on!
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Welcome to episode number 7 of the MACW Meltdown podcast. I have to turn this down for a minute because in order to do this podcast, before we start anything, I have been instructed to read something. This ought to be good. Just bear with me for a moment. Let me open the envelope, please. Oh, yes, this is nice. I got told I had to read this if I was to continue doing the podcast and other activities. Ladies and gentlemen of the MACW world, I, Peter Vann, had made a grave mistake in my actions, allegedly, Saturday night. Ooh. What are these? Wheat Thins toasted chips. I think I'll have one while I'm reading this. Oh, good. My actions were abhorrent and deplorable and very unbecoming of a ring announcer, color commentator. I should not have interfered in the match Sunday night. Had a little dry hand. Much better. I should have interfered with the match Saturday night. It being this close. I can't get enough of these. Wow, that's actually pretty good for you. 200 grams of sodium for how many chips? Which really isn't that bad. About 13 chips. Yeah, I could do that. 20 grams of carbs for 13 chips. So, some good dietary fibers. 120 calories. That's it. That's really not that bad. They're coming up with such good stuff for, people on diets and whatnot. Oh, right, the letter. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, yeah, abhorrent for my actions. Conduct very unbecoming. A non-professional as a color commentator. I lost my place. Therefore, I accept Craig Stone's actions for my suspension and hope that the MACW world can forgive. Oh, that's good. Forgive me. Forgive me for eating chips. I can't get enough. Weekends, if you're listening, I'm looking for commercial people. Garden Valley Veggie, 100% whole grain wheat toasted chips. Very nice weekend. And good for you. Remember, folks, a healthy diet is the key to happiness in life. Take it from me. I lost almost 85 pounds in the past year. Now I want a cigarette. So yeah, that's the
apology of the week.
Anyway, on the bigger things, now that I got the formalities out of the way. Spring Mayhem, what an event we have coming up. Austin Lane, our new Diamond State champion, is going to take on Damone Salvino. We'll get into that. As Matt Manor lost the title on March 10th. Excuse me, I still got a little bit of chip. And a chip on my shoulder, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
Be more funny!
I apologized. Remember? March 10th, Matthew McNamara lost his Diamond State Championship to Austin Lane in an incredible match. And who's he going to blame? Not himself. Nope, he went out and called out Derek King, which we'll get into in a little bit because Derek King wasn't there at the beginning of the show, but came on later on in the evening. Max Stone defeated Tyler Knight this past Saturday. Sloppy Sludge took a heartbreaking defeat to Brad Mercury. But I will say this much. You can say what you want about Slade, and you don't even have to like Brad Mercury. But golly, bravo to them two. I'm not taking nothing away from Norman, from Big Daddy Yum Yum, who made his MACW debut. Nothing taken away from Austin Lane, the human highlight reel. If you didn't show up this past Saturday and you have a friend who videoed that match, I recommend watching it back. It was incredible. Man, I so wish our show had a video element. That's hopefully coming soon. Match of the night doesn't even begin to put them guys put their everything on the line. And it was incredible. Carter Matthews came out and had a few things to say.
It looks like we are back here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This place smells like crap anyways. Now when the coup d'etat has arrived, so I need you all to keep your mouths closed while I'm talking. AD Sky was left laying in the middle of this ring last week. When I beat him down from behind, he didn't see it coming. Now, tonight, I'm just gonna make sure that he feels it again. I'm gonna take him out. Just go ahead and bring him out and let him get this butt whooping.
And come through on his promise he did. Carter Matthews, I said it during the match, and if you're listening, I'm just Carter, from me to you, buddy. I know we had our differences in the past. I know you and I hadn't seen eye to eye, but I'm glad you just come around and got your head about you, and you're stepping in the right direction. Episode number 8, I know I publicly posted it, but I'm just letting you know. You and the rest of the crew, whoever wants to show, have an open invitation next week to interview. I really like to have you guys on the show. And like I said, this is me to you. I want to bury the hatchet. Everything's in the past. Whatever it was, it was. You were young, you were brash, and you were getting under my skin. But I now have a better understanding of you, and I like the direction you're headed. And I just want to just clear the air on that. So AD Sky came out and answered the challenge, and Carter Matthews delivered on that challenge. And had AD Sky counting the lights. 1, 2, 3. I'm hoping for spring. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be there or not, but I'm really looking forward to seeing a tag match of AD Sky, Max Stone versus the Coup. That's going to be phenomenal. I don't know if they're going to be at Spring Mayhem. Not sure. But if they are, book that match. Then we had the contract signing, and my alleged, well, let me, see, I got this stupid thing in my hand. which was followed up by this stupid thing, which was like a cease and desist letter or something about certain things I can't talk about and certain things I can say, which, you know what, I don't pay attention to this crap. Here. There. He's probably going to suspend me again, but I can't be an open and honest journalist if I don't say what happened and give my side of the story. Okay, so I got suspended because, well, I took exception to the officiating, the shoddy officiating that was going on. It was just horrible. So I stepped up and I had a discussion with referee Jay, and apparently I'm not supposed to come out from the table. I mean, really? I can't go up and step up and say something that's wrong? You would think I'd be doing you a favor doing this, making improvements during the show. Anyway, I'm just trying to help put a better product out there. You know, with the podcast, with my color commentating, whatever you want to call it. So, it earned me a half a night because, well, this happened.
You're suspended for the rest of the night from the announce table.
I will be on the phone with my agent. This is not over.
Oh, I was.
For the rest of the night, you're not going to be calling any matches, so we'll see you later. Nah.
Oh, yeah. Eric. The bill. I don't know if you've been paying attention to my Facebook page, Peter Vann on Facebook. Trust me, it's quite entertaining. If you have nothing better to do with your lives, I recommend you go to my Facebook page. Eric Francomano has a new book, and it is I'm looking for the cover because I want to make sure I get it right. Oh my gosh, how far back is it? There it is. Empty Promises and Idle Threats, the Eric Francomano story, forward by Kathy Griffin. Seriously, Eric, you are such a hypocrite. You want to talk about my professionalism? What was this?
Nah. Hey, goodbye.
You have an awful singing voice. You are flat in C minor. Get out of here. Get a life. Anyway, so after I was doled my suspension, apparently Craig was just handing out suspensions this week like they were candy at Halloween.
You see, the general manager that signed you back to this contract has been suspended for the night because you don't do stuff like that behind my back.
Yeah, he was addressing Deuce from Full Throttle. Apparently, Deuce and Craig Stone are going to meet up at Spring Mayhem.
At Bay, Arkansas, me and Deuce one-on-one, and you guys are banned from the city of Bay.
Oh, that's right. Craig Stone decided to ban the entire Dirty Little Gang from the city of Bay. I don't know how. We really have to check into the corruption of the owner of MACW. And I know, yeah. Here's my cease and desist right there. I understand. I'm really not looking for trouble, but I'm just irked. This suspension is call this podcast, I think I will, episode 7, the suspension hangover, because I am just still a little irritable, and I'm sorry. So yeah, he banned the entire Dirty Little Gang from Spring Mayhem. And there's a couple other stipulations in the match.
If Deuce can somehow beat me one-on-one, then Danny Jackson gets control of MACW.
Gosh, what do I have to do? What body part do I have to donate to make that happen?
But when I beat him, Danny Jackson's contract is terminated.
So, Mr. Stone is flexing his muscles. I wonder if he consulted Daddy Stone first on this to make sure. Gee, Dad, you think it'd be good if I did it? Wait, let me. Gee, Dad, you think it'd be all right if I did this? Unbelievable. So yeah, he flexed his muscles, and that's the ironclad contract. So he flexes his muscles and writes another contract in attempt to get rid of this contract of one Danny Jackson. That's a little shady and underhanded, but I guess that's how you operate. So, oh, I can't believe I forgot this. You told me, Craig, that I have creative control of this podcast. So here it is, buddy. And there was going to be no matter what was said, no ramifications towards me because anything can happen on the MACW Meltdown. So he gets a contract to sign this other contract to try and get rid of Danny, which is shady. We continue. Norman has been issuing open challenges. March 10th, he issued the first ever Norman Meklikoff White Boy Challenge because, there's been some disparaging things about my friend that was said, and he is my friend in the end. Because when you're suspended from color commentating and you're still there to do a job, what does a friend do? This, my friends out there listening, is the sign of true friendship. You can take notes. This is what a friend does for another friend.
Seeing as how we suffered the travesty tonight, I'm going to exercise one of my rights as your heavyweight champion. I'm going to hire myself a personal ring announcer, so that maybe once I can get a proper introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Vann.
That's right. That's what he did for me. Thank you, Norman. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really do want another chip. Chip break? Anyway. My mother raised me better. So anyway, he did that for me, his friend, and went on to fight Big Daddy Yum Yum. And for some reason, no rhyme or reason, Slade Sludge decides to come out yet again. I don't know why. But Big Daddy Yum Yum was escorted to the ring by the lovely Aria Alexander, our MACW Women's Champion. And, well, Norman and Big Daddy were going back and forth pretty good. Two giant powerhouses just exchanging blows. Norman showing off that martial arts that we never even knew he had. Like I called it on the side of the ring as I was in my buddy's corner. Pure athletic ability. You just never know what he's going to pull out. So then it turned into a tag match, and my friend Norman Meklikoff and Sloppy Slade Sludge got the 1-2-3, defeated Aria Alexander and Big Daddy Yum Yum. So here's what else happened. I touched on it at the beginning. Matthew McNamara called out Derek King. March 10th, if you weren't there, Derek King came down in the ring on behalf of Action Jackson, because Action had said Mike Anthony was a little delayed in getting there and he needed a tag team partner. Derek King answered the call. It was a little weird, but they actually were a pretty good tag team. Matthew McNamara took exception to this, had a fit, and pulled Derek King away during the match. So now we come to this week, and Matthew McNamara called out Derek for his actions.
I understand you've been looking for me. Now, I called you earlier. I told you I had a prior booking. I couldn't be here 2 weeks ago. I had a prior booking. I am a wrestler also, so I can't be here all the time behind you all the time. I can't be here. So, I mean, you got something to say to me?
Derek King, you used to travel all around the nation. You helped train the very best of the best. Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, John Cena. You beat Matt Hardy in the middle of the ring. Some could say you deleted him. You've been a great wrestler for all these years. But now, Derek,
really good.
Now you're just an alcoholic.
Yeah. Strong words by Matthew McNamara. I can't get enough of these tips. Weekends. The Peter Vann Show at gmail.com. Hook a brother up. So, it's going to be interesting to see Spring Mayhem, what happens there. Because Derek definitely took exception to Matthew McNamara's comments. And then Matthew McNamara caught him some hands, as they say. So the final contest was the Dirty Little Gang taking on the OMGs, which ended in a disqualification, but definitely set up two huge matches for Spring Mayhem. Action Jackson challenged Sloppy Slade Sludge for his interference, and Mike Anthony stepping up to the plate and wanting to take a big swing.
I think I want a shot at the heavyweight championship. Friday night, Bay, Arkansas, Mike Anthony versus Norman Melikov Heavyweight Championship.
Meklikov. It's Meklikov.
I accept your challenge.
And that, my friends, is what leads us to Spring Mayhem, which I will talk about the next break. Oh, let's get back to my non-professionalism. I want you to hear something that I don't think anybody knew was captured. That was a fan saying, thanks for making Peter leave. To which Eric just couldn't wait to get his dig in.
And we're all glad that Peter left.
No, we are not. Do I have to?
Time now for Peter Vann's favorite segment. It's called Reckless Speculation.
This journalist has it on very good authority.
Time now for Peter Vann's favorite segment. It's called Reckless Speculation.
And this may not be so far reckless. This may not be as reckless as it normally is. But this journalist would love to see the cell phone text that Eric Francomano sends throughout the show. I don't think Craig caught what happened. I believe I was snitched on, but we shall see. Anyway, when we get back, we're going to talk Spring Mayhem and wrap up the show. It's the MACW Meltdown Podcast. March 30th, Bay High School Mid-America Championship Wrestling and Automax present Spring Mayhem, featuring 1 week before his WWE Hall of Fame induction, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Also on the card, Matthew McNamara, Brandon Baxter, Derek King, Busted 5-Star with Maria, Lethal Injection, Austin Lane, MACW Heavyweight Champion Norman Meklikov, plus the MACW Women's Titles match. VIP meet and greet tickets are $15, general admission $12, meet and greet 7 p.m., bell time 8 p.m. Get your tickets in Automax on Stadium Boulevard or at the door March 30th, Bay High School. It's an event you're not gonna want to miss. Do you have a local business or website that you want advertised here on MACW Meltdown? Rates are very reasonable and is heard by hundreds of people on one of the largest social media platforms worldwide. Email me, thepetervannshow@gmail.com, to get in on the action of this groundbreaking podcast.
Want to contact the show? Email us at macwmeltdown@gmail.com.
Boy, is this song not appropriate. Don't forget to join us, Spring Mayhem. Tickets $15 to meet Jeff Jarrett. That starts at 7 p.m. General admission $12. Bell time 8 o'clock. It's gonna be huge. I'm excited about Jeff Jarrett. Austin Lane, Damone Salvino. I expect that to be a great match. Alexander Marie Thorne. That's gonna be a barn burner as well. Brandon Baxter and Dustin and Marie Starr is gonna be there. Dustin 5-star and Marie gonna be there. That's kind of exciting too. Norman Meklikov versus Mike Anthony. That ought to really be good. I can't believe Mike Anthony called him out. There's not a lot of people that are brave enough to do that. Action Jackson, Sloppy Slade Sludge, Matthew McNamara, possibly Matthew McNamara, Derek King, and Craig Stone versus Deuce from Full Throttle. Really rooting for you, Deuce. Anyway, that's going to do it for us for another week. Peace, love, chicken grease. I am out of here. Come all to Spring Mayhem. Meet all the stars. It's gonna be fun. I might actually just roam around, so, you know. Come take your picture with the best dressed man at MACW. Me. I am, you know what? I really am. I'm the only guy who wears a suit and tie and shoes, dress shoes. Yeah, so come check out the best dressed guy, and of course Jeff Jarrett's gonna be there, you know. Yeah. Anyway, peace, love, chicken grease time. Out of here for another week. Enjoy your wheat thin toasted chips, and remember, every day above ground is a good day. Bye bye now.
End of story. That's all she wrote. Go home, kiss the wife and kids, turn out the